time than you do, probably.
Yeah, probably.
So
I have to get up early.
restoring the water towers is not the same as the water.
I know, I just figured that one out.
Oh,
I think I might just drop these near the exit to the other map.
Water Boom 4 is a task.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Because that takes care of everything on this map.
Package sand and 2 small pipes.
If you want to start working on that, I'm going to get these parked at least. What do you think? Should I take these back to the warehouse and unload them there, or should I?
That would seem to make sense.
Like go back to the garage and unload them?
I'm gonna go up to the rail station.
Okay.
And get the small pipes that are up there.
Okay.
And if you go back
To the garage?
garage,
I can get the other sand from there.
there's 2 package sand at the
Yep.
store
Yep.
right by the garage.
Makes sense. And I go right past the gas station so I can get some gas. Splash. I'm the last gas. My truck is a cannonball.
I was actually playing Farm Sim over the weekend.
Oh, yeah?
Using my controller. I kept hitting left bumper and A to start the tractor.
Or doing, yeah, like left button Y to start a winch.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, I could just winch over. Wait, no, this is Farm Sim. Dang it.
I was like, all right, what do I want to do? So I decided to do one of the start from zero. I own nothing. No
Right.
equipment, no money, no land.
Oh, that's a tough.
And I just did it on Elm Creek
I love Elm Creek.
because I'd never played on that one.
I think it's one of the better maps.
Just having, I don't know, the stock maps seem to have what you need. Or you need to be able to play well without any cheaty stuff or anything. So,
Right.
and so I have some mods,
Okay.
but not a lot.
So starting from scratch, you have no homestead or anything?
Nope, can't sleep. Can't do any of that stuff. But
Well, they do have hobo kits. They have like tents and stuff that you can buy.
Yeah, I don't have any land to put it on.
Some of them you can place anywhere.
But
But yeah, I know what you're saying.
so I don't have any time cheat mod in, so I can't super fast forward.
Right.
Even the 360 I can get through night okay.
Yeah, you get through pretty quick.
And I worked into the night doing contracts. I now have, granted it's a mod tractor, but I have a 185 horsepower tractor with a small fertilizer spreader in the front weight.
Okay.
And so now I can do fertilizer missions and make a little extra money. They're all things that I'll need eventually whenever I get my own land.
There you go.
But I get to vary what I'm doing.
Right. I don't know. I don't know if I have the patience to do like small farm. Yes. No farm.
Yeah.
That's what people seem to like to watch, though. So I don't know.
I mean, I can see it's going to get boring to an extent as far as if somebody was watching.
Yeah, you'd have to edit the series down quite a bit, like at the beginning.
You know, they give me this crappy small harvester, and I'm taking the biggest paying harvesting job, and I got a small and medium sized harvester, and it takes a while.
Yep.
But for a game that I wasn't going to buy, and kind of fell out of love with.
Well, here's the question. If I try to do a series, would you want to join with Micah?
I will absolutely.
It wouldn't have to be something that you guys have to do every time, because obviously there's a lot of times when I don't need like 8 people. But if it was like 2 or 3 people, like occasionally when I need it.
Yeah. No,
Okay.
Absolutely. It's not like I hate it and I won't play it.
Okay.
It's that doing it myself, by myself.
Right. Well, one of the things. One of the. Oh, go ahead. Sorry. I was going to say, one of the things I've enjoyed about this series is that I get to hang out with you guys. And that's, to me, I think that brings one of the reasons why it does well on the channel. And I'd like to change that about my farm sim stuff, because it's usually just me. So I can get you and Micah involved, and even if we have competing farms on the same map or something like that, and then we help each other out, and it'd be kind of cool to do something different. We have neighbors.
Yeah, I'm down. As long as the viewers are not sick of hearing me on their streams.
Not at all. People love you guys. And I think the other cool thing would be, because it's like, you have the same ideas that I do. Like, I've had other collaborators in the past, but they're all like, yeah, let's get like the, you know, like they want the giant harvesters and the, wait, no, I want gas. I don't want to.
That would be Tractor Man.
Right, like those kind of guys that and not that that's, everybody plays differently, but
Right.
they want like the harvester that harvests at 70 miles an hour. And I'm like, that's no. That's a no.
Oh, snap. Small pipes are 2 slot car.
Oh.
2 trips. That's alright.
You said, oh, snap.
Like,
Snap.
they don't want me to say like sailor words on here.
No sailor words.
No.
Sailor words, sailor words, sailor words.
No, look, it's your series, your channel, your viewers, your game. I'm here to hopefully add a little to it and be a part of it.
Right.
I'm not the star. I don't want to be the star. And
Javius the Star Rex.
Having fun doing what we do. So,
Right.
I hope I didn't overstep, but if you remember the last time that at least I was on doing a truck sim stream with you,
Yeah.
and some little kid joined the voice.
Yes.
So after you had left and the stream was over and everything, and there was a couple people still in the channel, and I said to the kid, hey, you know, everybody's welcome and everything, but just remember, it's Arthur's stream. Arthur people here to see him. I'm not saying you can't talk. Don't take that's not what I'm saying. But
Right.
you gotta leave room for him to talk.
Right. Yes, he was a very talkative young man.
Yeah, no, whatever, however you want to play it. If you want giant harvesters, play giant harvesters. It's not, no, it's not about me. And if I'm not enjoying it, if it's not really working for me, then when we're in private, I'll tell you.
Right. Well, my idea would be for each of us to have a farm.
I've never actually. I've hardly the only time, a couple times I played on Silver Run with you was the only times I've ever done multiplayer farm sim.
Yeah, I think it'd be interesting to see how it goes.
And I tried with Tractor Man once, and just he had 2,000 mods, I think that he.
Oh my lord, no, we're not going to be we'll do a couple mods, but I'm going to try to keep them to ones that are part of the game, like so you don't have to go outside the game to get them.
Yeah,
and I may not even do that many. I don't know. It may not be. I got to think about it.
Capacity, super fast.
Right. No, it won't be anything like that. It would be just like, hey, here's a cool mid-size harvester that I would like to start with. You know what I mean? Like, since they only have like the biggest of this brand or whatever, I want one that's kind of in between sized, and that would be why I would do that.
Something that I like, though, I've tended to do in the past is I will get mods that add more equipment of a specific brand that I want to use.
Yeah, right. Yep.
So I can actually, because I mean, there are farms. When I watch them on YouTube, some of them have all kinds of different equipment, and a lot of them have the same.
Well, because they all have a dealership, so it's like
right. It's who's near them and who has the product they like, and I know how to use this one, so I'm going to buy that brand.
I tell you what, Kubota must be kicking butt, because I've been watching the local shops, and this year, I want to say, no, I don't want to. Oops, that's not what I want to do. I want to say that this year, a majority of our dealerships have dropped like their New Holland / Case / whatever lines, and they're all Kubota now.
Really?
I've seen at least 3 different dealerships that were other brands that are now just carry Kubota. And I think with the introduction of that M5 series tractor, they really. Plus, I don't know that places are selling. Turn the truck off. I don't know that places are selling harvesters and stuff as much. I think people are just renting now. Like they're having someone come in and bring one in, and they all kind of like co-op and own one for the area. Because I don't know that people can afford them anymore. They've gotten so expensive. You're talking $1 million, and what farmer can afford that?
YouTube farmers.
Right.
But I like Welker. I love seeing the old equipment that they use.
Yeah.
And they at least seem to be good people.
Right.
I don't know. Have you ever seen Brian's farming videos? He's
Who's?
in Southern Ohio.
Oh yeah.
He's in Chillicothe, which when I discovered a farming YouTuber that was from the town I was born in, I'm like, all right, I'll give this guy a shot.
Oh, that's cool. No, I've also. Oh, good.
He has a wide mix of equipment.
Yeah, and I know people have I know Patchwork. They have a little farm, and they've got their own harvester. So I'm not saying that nobody has them. It seems like the trend is that people hire people to come in with their harvesters if they have bigger crops and stuff. They just, rather than try to maintain them themselves, they hire people to come in and do it.
Right. I guess it all depends on scale, how much.
Yeah.
That guy, I'm thinking, there's a little farm in Chillicothe. No, they got a lot of acres where they work. So they've got 2 harvesters.
Oh.
Got a big Lexion and a new Class 7.
I'll tell you, that's the other thing I'm seeing a lot of. I'm down in. I have a computer client that lives in a little town called Spencerville. It's about 30 minutes south of here, So you just drive down Route 3, and when you hit Seville, you just keep going south instead of turning right on 3. And that's where that Kubota dealer is that used to be a Case dealer. And and he still has some Case tractors, but in that, since I've been going down there, the couple times that I went down to do work, I have seen two different Claas tractors, and definitely like Claas, like mixers, balers, stuff like that. Fendt tractors. They've got Claas Jaguars doing the I need package sand, right?
Yes, 2 of them.
Yeah, they've got what was I saying? They had two different Claas Jaguar forage harvesters chopping corn.
Yeah.
And I've seen them, Massey Ferguson, and so I'm seeing a lot of new, like not John Deere, like no John Deeres in that area. And I probably because the frustration with the computer lockdown thing is driving people away from them, but it's interesting to see Fendt. That to me, and they're big. They're not like, hey, this is a Fendt 7. I mean, they're like 9,000 or 900 series. Is that how they go? You got the 700s, which are like the mid-size, and then you get the really big ones, which are the 900s.
So they got down in Chillicothe. They got one last season.
Yeah, like the 950 and 1050 and stuff like that. Yeah, they're, and then the other thing I'm seeing is Challenger, which is made by Fendt. It's the same brand, just the American version. Huh?
Agco.
Yeah,
Challenger
right.
And Fendt.
Yep.
And
Massey.
they're all Agco products.
I haven't seen now at the farm science farm display. I saw they were running. They had all the Dutz Far, like the 6, 7, and 8 tractors, which are really big, cool tractors. But I haven't seen any farmers in our area running Dutz, or Deutz or whatever. Now I know up in Canada, when I was visiting my friend Paul, a lot of farmers had Deutz tractors. So maybe it just it hasn't taken off in America yet. But those are sweet tractors too.
Yeah.
Well, they'd be akin to Jeremy Clarkson's Lambo. It's the same tractor. They're I'm not sure who makes who, if Lamborghini makes the Deutz or if Deutz makes the Lamborghini, but it's the same, just the same tractor essentially.
All the pipes are here.
Sweet. I'm on the way with the sand, and that's it, right?
That's it.
We have hammered out some serious mission action tonight. I'm still a ways off, though. I gotta cross the river. The Jordan River is chilly and cold. Oh, by the way, I thought this was neat. So I think I shared this a little bit, but when I bought my acoustic guitar 2 years ago, like my dream acoustic guitar, which was the Martin, I had looked online, and they had 3 different ones to pick from at Sweetwater, and I liked this one because it had like a neat color gradation. It kind of went from like darker wood at the front of the guitar to lighter wood on the back, and so you could see that like all the way around the guitar. It had like this neat gradation of dark to light, and it turned out when I got there that the serial number ended, the last 2 digits were my birth year, 73, right? That's kind of neat. So I was like, yeah, that's definitely like a sign. That's the guitar, you know? I'm not into that kind of stuff, but I just thought it was neat, you know? So,
Yeah.
so I bought, sight unseen, I've bought this used Ibanez electric guitar, which is like my other, my other dream guitar. I've wanted an Ibanez Gem / RG series guitar, like a high-end one, pretty much since I was 16 years old. I got to play the Gem series at our local music store when it first came out in '86, and I was a little kid, and I can't afford a $1,000, $2,000 guitar, so I ended up getting an RG, like a cheapo one, and I had that for almost 15 years and played on it. It was a great guitar, but I've always wanted one of the nice like Gem guitars, so I got this really awesome Gem blue floral pattern guitar. And I bought it used to save, several $100s. And so I was looking at it the other night. I've had it for a week or two now, and I've been playing it and really, really digging on this guitar. And I just happened to flip it over and look at the serial number, and guess what?
It ends in 73.
It ends in 73. I'm like, what are the chances? Like... I thought that was pretty neat. It really was meant to be. I have spoiled myself with guitars now. I really... How do I put this, though? I'm not... a lot of guys go out and buy, like, all these guitars, and they have, like, giant... I'm not that person. And I've really, over the years, been very frugal with my guitar spending. Like, I only buy what I need. Like, I didn't buy the American Strat. I bought the Mexican Strat because it's just fine, and there's no reason to spend the extra $400 just to get the Made in America sticker, So, and I've had the Epiphone Les Paul because they're affordable. I think that guy paid $300 for that. So I don't feel bad, I guess, having played for 36 years. It's not like I'm not going to stick with it at this point. I still...
Guitars are like shotguns, though, man. You just can't ever really have... There's never too much.
Never too many. I know. And they all do different things. You know what I mean? Like, there really are... I keep donking the truck recently. There we go. There really are differences between each guitar, but I don't know that I would ever have more than what I have now. I've got my amazing acoustic. I've got my, bass. For crying out loud, what the frick? I'm literally running into nothing, and it's breaking. I ran into a little miniature bush. And I'm not talking George Bush. I'm like, maybe Barbara.
Brazilian bush?
No. All spiky?
They're pretty small, aren't they?
Yeah, I guess so. Anyway, yeah, so I guess I shouldn't feel bad. Like, sometimes I feel guilty, like, oh, man. You know what? I've earned this guitar. I played for 36 years. Pretty much at least every other day of my life I play the guitar. And so there at some point, it's like I don't want to say I deserve this guitar, but I shouldn't feel bad about buying a nice instrument. I'm going to use it, and it's going to get played, and it's going to get loved on. And the worst thing for me is, like, I remember one time I was helping at Woodsy's, and this guy walks in off the street, never played a guitar before, and he walked out of there with their most expensive acoustic guitar. And I'm just like, man, what a waste. Like, that guy, he's probably not going to stick with it, and it's going to go in a closet somewhere. I've probably some, grandkid will end up inheriting it, but still, like, oh.
But there's some gray here. Now, I'm not saying that you're incorrect. You never know what that guy's going to do with it. But when I was a teenager and I wanted to play guitar, and my parents had bought me a guitar. My parents knew nothing about guitars.
Right.
They didn't ask anybody about guitars, and they bought one from like a Sears and Roebuck.
Oh, God.
Total piece of crap. It wouldn't stay in tune.
Right. No. Yeah.
So And then they did the same thing and they bought me a motorcycle after telling me for years I couldn't have a motorcycle.
Right?
On the coolest motorcycle on the planet.
The most dangerous.
No, that was the rider. So there's, but again, if you're just starting out, do you really have any idea of what you want or need?
No, and this guy was an older guy, but I was just like, gosh, what? Like I felt, and I think probably at that point in my life, as typical, to most of my life, I had no money, and I really wanted a nice acoustic guitar. And I'm watching this guy walking out with like a $1,700 acoustic guitar, and I'm like, man, it must be a nice life.
That's where you shop Craigslist or eBay and find somebody who made a mistake.
Yeah, they're so rare now. Everybody knows. That's the hard thing with the guitars. People know. People have known for the last 30 years that, oh, it has a Martin on it? Well, this has got to be worth money.
When,
Even the junky Martins are worth money.
My first adult motorcycle, all of my dress-up parts pretty much that I bought for that thing,
Yeah.
I bought off of forums or
Used oops. Yeah.
whatever. These are people who didn't know what they were buying and didn't know what they had and bought the wrong thing. It wouldn't fit their bike or whatever, and I made out like a bandit.
We did it. That's the way to do it, man. Money for nothing and your bike's for free. No, and you do occasionally find that closet classic guitar, but people are just, nowadays, people know. I'd say since eBay started, maybe a little before, people know that.
You would be going out to yard sales and thrift shops and buying stuff and then resells it on eBay.
Yeah.
She walks up, she sees something that looks interesting. She's heard about this brand or that thing or whatever, and she goes and looks it up, and she's paying $2 for it, and it's going for $150 on eBay.
Yeah, that's true. I just meant with guitars, like instruments in general. People know that they're valuable.
See, I don't.
Yeah, and they may not know what the value is, but but there are. I know, like my friend Dave went down shopping in like Louisiana or something like that, and he came home with a $3,000 Martin that he paid like $350 for, because the person was just like, it was in a closet, it needed a lot of work, he probably put $1,000 of repairs into it, but it's a pre-war, 000, and when he was done with it, the thing's worth $10,000-$15,000.
Yeah.
And he didn't sell. I'm gonna recover. We can recover back. He didn't resell it. He kept it for himself. But it's just that's you. Sometimes you still can find them. I don't mean to sound negative, like they're not out there, because they are. But in general, people know, like, okay, this is a guitar, and it's worth, just because it's a guitar, it's worth money. And I've actually seen the opposite. I've seen people. Like oversell, like, oh my gosh, it's a guitar, it's like a Lotus or something, and they want $200 for it. And I'm like, well, no, that's basically like a Walmart guitar. It's worth maybe $50. Like, you're asking too much. And I wouldn't even buy it like that. Even if you gave it to me, I'd be like, no thanks. Like that's worth more headache than it is worth playing. Somebody that like really likes to work on guitars could fix that up, but not me. Those are.
We're done for the night, right?
Yeah, that is it. We have completely demolished the last two missions on this map, so we're ready to move to the next map for the most part.
Work done without Micah.
Poor Mr. Micah. What was going on? Is he sick or?
He didn't say. He just said he couldn't join us tonight.
Okay, I know he's got family coming up this week, so that's probably what's going on. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. We definitely had fun making it. Have a great night. Be sure to subscribe. Thumbs up always help. And once again, we talked a little bit in the other video, on the farm sim video, about what's going on with the channel. This series will continue. It may slow a little bit as I get my classes going. I'm paying a lot of money for these classes. It's like, I want to say it's like $1,400 for the classes. So I have to get these classes done. But the series will continue. It's not gonna. We're gonna go with this until they're done until they make Snowrunner 2, and then we'll start there. We got a lot of catching up to do. I hope at some point we do get caught up. What, James?
We still wouldn't be finished.
I know. God dang it. I hope we get done at some point. This is the most episodes of any video series I've ever had on my channel, so it's pretty cool. Anyway, all right, guys, we'll see you next time. What are you gonna say, James?
Oh, good night.
Good night, everyone. We'll see you next time. Bye.